There are new shows or season premiering almost every day across the various streaming services. With that kind of frequency, it can be tough to keep track of what and where to watch. That's where we come in. Each week, I try to sift through the new arrivals and highlight the best new and returning shows on each service. Whether you're looking for a series to watch solo or something to view with the whole family, we've got you covered with this list of new and recent premieres. So let's get started. Number 10, Doom Patrol. With 7.8 on IMDb and 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on HBO Max, the most unlikely superheroes of all time are back for a fourth season of bizarre adventures. If you've been following along, you know the premise. The series follows a group of reluctant heroes whose powerful abilities are the result of tragic accidents that have left them psychologically and physically scarred, and now they spend their time bickering with each other and trying to avoid doing anything heroic whatsoever. Number 9, The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy. With 8.4 on IMDb and 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Apple TV+, Eugene Levy is the titular traveler in this documentary series that has a multi-talented Emmy-winning actor, writer, comedian, and producer stepping outside his comfort zone for a variety of globe-hopping adventures. The series' first 8-episode season sends Levy to Costa Rica, Japan, Finland, and other locales as he becomes immersed in what they have to offer an intrepid traveler. Number 8. You. With 7.7 on IMDb and 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. Returning for its fourth season, You is one of the more controversial entries in Netflix's list of original series. The series follows Joe Goldberg, a bookstore owner whose dark impulses take control when he becomes infatuated with a customer. A surprise hit for Netflix, the psychological drama has taken the saga to darker, bloodier places as Joe balances new responsibilities with his sinister past. Disturbing, tense, and twisted, the series keeps generating plenty of buzz with each new chapter in Joe's story. Number 7. Hunters. With 7.2 on IMDb and 70% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Amazon Prime Video. Al Pacino plays the leader of a group of underground Nazi hunters in this series, co-produced by Jordan Peele. The show's second season premiered January 13 and will bring the series' story arc to an end. Inspired by the stories of real-world Nazi hunters over the years, the series is set in New York City in 1977, where a diverse group of Nazi hunters discovers that there's a plan underway to establish a fourth Reich in the U.S. Number 6. Carnival Row. With 7.8 on IMDb and 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, Amazon's fantasy series set in a world where magical creatures live among humans returns for a second and final season. The show casts Orlando Bloom as a detective investigating grisly murders tied to the oppressed, poverty-stricken magical population. When his work puts him back in touch with a fairy played by Cara Delevingne, who happens to be an old love interest, the investigation soon unearths a dark conspiracy that shakes the fragile peace between the various elements of the human and fairy worlds. Number 5. Shrinking. With 7.8 on IMDb and 81% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Apple TV+, a grieving therapist starts to tell his clients exactly what he thinks. Ignoring his training and ethics, he finds himself making huge changes to people's lives, including his own. Unexpectedly great, very well balanced, sad and funny roller coaster. Talking moments without being much of a cliche. The cast is great and Harrison Ford kills it. Number 4. Poker Face. With 8.1 on IMDb and 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Peacock, this Mystery of the Week series, they cast the Russian doll actress as Charlie Call, a woman with an innate ability to detect when someone is lying. As she travels around the country, she finds herself wrapped up in one case after another with an ever-changing cast of characters around her. With the incomparable Natasha Lyonne as an ace up its sleeve, Poker Face is a puzzle box of modest ambitions working with a full deck. Number 3. Mayor of Kingstown. With 8.2 on IMDb and 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. Available on Paramount+. I definitely disagree with the critics' reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. This show is really good, especially season 2. It follows the McCluskey family, or power brokers, tackling themes of systemic racism, corruption, and inequality in Kingstown, where the business of incarceration is the only thriving industry. Number 2. 1923. With 8.6 on IMDb and 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, the Duns face a new set of challenges in the early 20th century, including the rise of Western expansion, prohibition, and the Great Depression. Distinguished by the ineffable star power of Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, 1923 is another solid addition to Yellowstone universe. Number 1. The Last of Us. With 9.2 on IMDb and 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, the hit video game franchise heads to the screen. In this adaptation, the cast Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, as Joel, a weathered survivor tasked with smuggling a teenage girl across a dangerous landscape filled with threats, both human and otherwise. One of the greatest game franchises of all time sets a high bar for the TV series, but HBO nailed it. And that's it. Do mention your favorite, like, and subscribe. Bye.